Introduction. Ukraine has failed to comply with the European Union's demands to bring its legislation in line with European standards. The country continues to ignore international norms and obligations concerning human rights. In particular, the systematic violation of prisoners' rights amounts to torture. There is no justification for this, and no matter how many years have passed since the first violation, human rights defenders and international organizations continue to raise alarms, but nothing changes. Human rights violations. In Ukraine, the justice system, inherited from the Soviet era, continues to function with the same brutal methods. Prisoners face inhumane conditions, causing immense suffering and psychological trauma. Those who end up in prisons have neither protection nor a chance at justice. The statistics on human rights violations in Ukrainian correctional institutions remain alarming. Living in 12 square meters. What does this mean for a person who has spent 29 years in these conditions? Imagine living in a 12 square meter cell, sharing the space with two other people, with no privacy or solitude. In this space, there is no laughter, no conversations, only the silence that becomes torturous. Every day is a battle for survival in conditions that can be called torture. There is no freedom, no rights, no hope for the future. Each year, this cell tightens its grip, and you become part of this prison, physically and mentally. Even the thought of freedom seems foreign, as distant as an unattainable dream. A three-dimensional existence, living in 12 square meters for 29 years, turns a person into something more than just a prisoner. This space limits you not only physically, but emotionally. You become part of a system where the only reality is the expectation that everything will remain the same as it has always been. When your movements are confined to a few steps within a room and the doors remain locked, you begin to question whether you were ever truly free. Each day is a repetition of the same, struggling with boredom, hopelessness, and the feeling that you're not here by mistake, but by fate, which no one cares about. You ask yourself, why? Why so many years? Why do they keep me in this cell? Conclusion: the system that ignores human rights creates these tragedies. Viktor's story is not just one person's story. It is a story of how a system destroys lives, how in this cruel reality only empty walls remain, and the person who has lost everything except their questions. If this story is not heard, if we do nothing to change it, then we too will be recorded in that list of forgotten ones, left behind the walls of truth.